Experience. Young drivers generally pick up the mechanical skills quickly, and research indicates that while they may see something earlier than an older driver, they tend to underestimate reaction time and braking distance. Depth perception. The ability to judge speed and distance of vehicles around you. Vehicle characteristics. Being familiar with your vehicle's controls. Attitude. Being aggressive towards other drivers or perhaps not acknowledging your own mistakes on the road. When using these skills on the road, try to keep in mind that you will have to teach them to people who have little to no experience driving a vehicle.
A good technique that encompasses most of the above skills is the 3-second rule. When driving, you should allow a bare minimum of 3 seconds between you and the vehicle in front of you. This is the minimum time and distance required to stop your vehicle without crashing. When the rear of the vehicle in front of you passes an object, count out 1001, 1002, 1003. If the bonnet of your vehicle passes the object before you have finished counting, then you are too close to the car in front of you.
The blind spot is usually described as an area outside of your vehicle that is not visible in the rear or side mirrors. It also refers to anything that you can't see due to an obstacle. Part of the low-risk driving strategy is being aware of the blind spots in and out of your vehicle. Hundreds of accidents, both minor and major, occur every year as a result of a driver not checking their blind spots before changing lanes or entering an intersection. To minimise the hazards that blind spots can create, do the following. Avoid tailgating. Stay out of the blind spots to the sides and rear of other vehicles. Don't exceed the speed limit. Use your indicators. Maintain a constant speed when passing another vehicle. And do not pull in front of another vehicle unless you can see it in your rearview mirror. If, in spite of all your preparations and strategies for avoiding trouble, you are involved in an accident or breakdown on the road, there are responsibilities that you must accept. The first one of these is called react, and should be used when you come across a road accident. R stands for respond. Park safely and protect yourself from danger. E stands for environment. Check for traffic and other hazards. Give warning to other traffic by switching on your hazard warning lights, and if you have a red hazard warning triangle, place it on the road to warn other traffic. A stands for assess casualties. Quickly assess the location, type of crash, and number of victims. C stands for communicate. Communicate the details to the emergency services, and if possible, stay on the phone to provide further information. Telephone 000 for ambulance and police. If 000 is not available, call the police on 11444. If you have a CB radio, use Channel 5 repeater on the UHF band or Channel 9 at 27 MHz. If a tow truck is needed, call in the greater metropolitan area. T stands for treat. Even if you are not trained in first aid, you can help by applying basic measures to clear the victim's airway and control their bleeding. If you are involved in a crash, you must take the following actions. Stop your vehicle immediately. It is against the law to fail to stop after a crash. Penalties apply, including license disqualification and imprisonment. See if anyone is injured. A person involved in a crash must stop and render assistance. Prevent further crashes. Unless it is essential to avoid further injury, do not move seriously injured or unconscious people until trained help arrives. Note or mark the position of your vehicle on the roadway, then move it clear of traffic. Don't stand on the roadway. Always move to the footpath or to a place of safety. You must give the required particulars to other people. Give your name and address, the registration number, and any other information necessary to identify the vehicle you were driving or riding in, and the name and address of the owner of the vehicle if it is not yours. These must be given to any other driver, any injured person, the owner of any damaged property, or any representative of these people. Obtain all the details of the crash, including the estimated speeds of all vehicles, the road and weather conditions, the description of the damage and injuries, diagrams of positions and directions of vehicles before and after the collision, and the names and addresses of as many witnesses as possible. Crashes are not the only type of accident that can occur though. Here are some other types of accident and methods for dealing with them. In a breakdown, stop in a position that is safe, not on a crest or a bend. Park the vehicle off the main road. If a tyre has blown, it is quite safe to drive at a slow speed until you can find a safe place to pull up. If your engine has failed, push the vehicle to a safe spot. Make sure that the vehicle can be seen and that other drivers can see that you're broken down. Put the hazard lights on and the bonnet up. Move away from the vehicle while waiting for help. If you stand by the side of your car, you could be hit by passing traffic. If the front tyre of your vehicle blows out, the vehicle will pull towards the side with the blown tyre. If it's a back tyre, the rear of the vehicle will tend to weave. In this situation, do not brake suddenly. Do not overcorrect with the steering. Keep a firm grip on the steering and brake gently, keeping the car straight. With damage to your windscreen, if the windscreen is laminated, it will crack rather than shatter. If it's cracked, leave it alone and drive at a reduced speed with all the windows wound up. If it shatters, slow down and use the side window to see out. Brake gently to warn other traffic that you are about to stop. Stop as close to the left side as soon as you are safely able to do so. Fill the demister vents with cloth or paper to stop glass getting into them. Wrap cloth around your hand or use a tool to punch out the whole of the windscreen. Drive slowly with all of the windows up to avoid blowing out the rear window. Being involved in any kind of accident is unpleasant and dangerous. Don't panic in an accident situation, as that will compound the problem. Keep calm and remember these strategies. Using them will help you to minimize danger to yourself and other drivers and passengers.